Around 30 years ago, a book was written that predicted all the chaos that we're going through today. It predicted 9/11, 5 years before it happened. Quote, a global terrorist group blows up an aircraft and announces it possesses portable nuclear weapons. The United States and its allies launch a preemptive strike. The terrorists threaten to retaliate against an American city. Congress declares war. And opponents charge that the president concocted the emergency for political purposes.
Iraqis that are dead because you lied! You lied about weapons of mass destruction! You lied about connections to
The book predicted COVID 23 years before it happened.
China has identified the cause of the
mysterious new virus.
Coronavirus.
Now, they saw all of this coming because of simple, predictable human nature. And all that uncertainty you feel in the air right now, that ever-present feeling of uneasiness, where it feels like we're right on the edge of a giant cliff, all of this is going right according to plan. See, in this book, the authors uncovered that history literally repeats itself in 80 to 100 year cycles. These 80 to 100 year cycles are called seculums, and this is not some random number, by the way. 80 to 100 years happens to be the average length of a human lifetime. And each of these seculums are made up of 4 parts, or 4 turnings of around 20 years each. The first turning is a high, an upbeat, optimistic era that happens right after a big crisis like a war. People work together, people trust the government, things are great. But then comes the second turn, the awakening, where people become disenchanted with the status quo. Then comes the third turning, the unraveling, and finally the fourth turn, the crisis. A destructive 20 to 25 year period that ends with a catastrophic event like a war or revolution, where the current order is destroyed and it gets replaced with a new order. And thus the cycle starts all over again. And these cycles have repeated themselves over and over and over again over the past 300 plus years of Anglo-American history. The last crisis we had was World War II. The crisis we had before that was the Civil War. And the crisis before that was the Revolutionary War. And so on and so on. And oh, would you look at that? All these crises are magically 80 to 100 years apart. And you know what that means, right? Extend this pattern out and you'll realize that we are deep into the fourth turning already. And the climax of this fourth turning, that single catastrophic event that's gonna destroy the current order and replace it with a new one, well, that crisis is just a few years away, exactly as destiny intended.